not comparing apple to apple, you know this. Okay, so I don't know why we're voting for. Okay, go ahead.
Did you, Parliament?
Yeah, we like. How many people you got there?
Three.
Three? Yeah, that's because we're doing it 3:30 afternoon. Okay, call the meeting, come on. President, call the meeting.
The report is restricted.
Hello, good afternoon. It's 3:35 p.m. Meeting is called to order. Please sound off of who's present.
Absent present.
Elizabeth is present.
Marvin present.
Okay.
Elizabeth is present.
We're waiting on anyone else?
Good. You have a call, go ahead and start.
Who? I'm sorry, I can barely hear. Who is not present?
I don't care who is not present. We have what we have here. You have Danny, Elise, Mario, and me, and you. I don't care who else is not present.
Okay. Meeting's called to order. The affidavit has been posted. Do we have minutes from any previous
Yes.
board meeting that need to be approved or
Yes.
not?
Yes, we do, and I'm gonna read them real quick. This meeting took place on June 24th. Board members present were Marvin Lebovitz, Mario Cuadro, and Regina Goldstein. Also present was Udi Manu, property manager, Vanessa Pena, assistant property manager, and Alexander Pena, IT admin assistant. Meeting was called to order by Marvin Lebovitz at 2:03 p.m. Establishment of quorum
Go to
was
who's
established with three members. Proof of notice was posted on June 8th. And the only business, the agenda item was to accept, approve the budget for the 2021-2022 year. Marvin Lebovitz made a motion to adopt fully funded reserve budget. Regina Goffin seconded, all were in favor. Adjournment, Marvin Lebovitz made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 2:09 p.m. Regina Lebovitz seconded, all in favor.
All right, motion is made to accept the minutes of that meeting.
Anybody else seconds it?
I second.
All in favor?
Yes, I'm in favor.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, only one item on the agenda to deal with, and that is the seal coating and repair patching of the roads and striping. We have two proposals. Let me bring everybody up to speed again, although I did address it in emails. I contacted 4 companies. 3 came out, 2 provided a written proposal. The 2 companies that provided the written proposals are Groundbreaking and Driveway Maintenance. Groundbreaking has assumed the work from Lopez, who Lopez has been our repaving and resealing contractor here from the time Delvista was built. Lopez has recently retired. He's just finishing out his prior commitments on contracts that he accepted, and everything else has been turned over to Groundbreaking. Both companies are excellent companies. However, I am in favor of using Driveway Maintenance, as their work is very meticulous and they go the extra mile. Both companies right now are in line with pricing. However, I'm very perplexed as to groundbreaking. I was very surprised when they came in nearly $8,000 higher at the inception, and now basically they just dropped their price by $8,000. Normally in the past they've been within $1,000 to $2,000 of each other
Okay.
on jobs.
Let me correct you. They did not reduce their price based on the two contracts what we have right now. Now they're almost the same. They are not the same. Before,
Sorry, Danny, I'm sorry to tell you this, but the way that you speak is very loud, so I can't hear exactly what you're saying. So
Okay.
maybe you don't have to speak so loud.
okay, that's my voice, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So let me correct. They didn't drop the price. The reason there was $8,400 more, because it's totally different scope of work. What we see over here right now,
Are you speaking, Danny?
yeah, the reason there was higher than $8,400 because they supposed to use the thermal paint and all the project compared to the other company, she doesn't do the thermal paint. So the previous.
Okay, now that you're done speaking, Danny, let me correct you.
Okay.
Okay. Driveway maintenance indicated in their contract that they're using thermoplastics on all the crosswalks and all the linear footage. As I pointed it out to you, that was on page 2 yesterday. You didn't acknowledge it or understand it. You wanted a clarification.
Correct.
They sent over that email today,
Okay.
specifically spelling it out. Okay, that all the crosswalks, all the linear striping, linear footage, that's what the striping refers to, is thermoplastic.
Okay.
The only thing that's not thermoplastic are the letters and the speed bumps. That is spelled out in the email that was forwarded today. So it was apples to, hold on, please. It was apples to apples and oranges to oranges, okay? And the other company was over $8,000 higher for the get-go. They just dropped their price.
Number one, they didn't drop the price. They didn't drop the price. They eliminate the paint in their contract. Right now, they saying they are not going to do the entire job with thermal paint, and in the other company is the same thing. They are not going to do according to the contract. The email is not a contract. If we want
the email, as I explained to you, is a clarification. When he sends over the new contract for execution, it will contain that, and it actually does contain it in the original contract, Danny. But you're not acknowledging it on page 2.
I'm not
understand the language.
I'm not acknowledging email. I'm acknowledging contract. And you just said they dropped the price. They didn't drop the price. You can add to groundbreaking dropped their price, Danny, from $34,000 to $26,700. They dropped their price. They didn't drop the price because the contract that we have from the other company right now, they doesn't say everything is with the thermal paint. You can tell me I don't speak English, I don't read English. This contract is not accurate.
Danny, it is accurate, and you have not read page 2 properly. You refuse to acknowledge it. And you asked me yesterday, Danny, I'm not going to continue on with this unprofessionalism. You asked me yesterday to have them put it in writing. They put it in writing, they sent it over.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you.
With that being said, Danny, with that being said yesterday, you asked me to have them put it in plain English and send it over. They sent it over today. The board received that email with their clarification. Okay. With that being said, now I'm not going to waste any further time
Email
on the
is
matter.
not a contract. Email is not a contract. And I ask you not to mislead everybody.
There's no misleading. There is no misleading.
Is not misleading.
There's no misleading. So what I'm going to right now,
Excuse
Danny.
me 1 second. The two proposals we have right now in the end, both of them doesn't say they have thermopaint. The only area they have a thermopaint is the entrance of the building, and that's required by the city. So they
Danny,
didn't
that
have.
is Danny, that is incorrect. That is incorrect. There is no requirement. There is no requirement by the city, okay, or by any governing body of building to have thermoplastic on your private property. It is an option. It is a chosen option, Danny. It is not a requirement. Okay, the reason we're choosing thermoplastic is because it wears much better. That is the reason we've selected that. And to clarify exactly where the thermoplastic is going, it starts right at the end of our porta-cache, and it goes all the way to the front entrance, about 2 to 3 inches before the city crosswalks, which is on the inside of our property. Okay? That's where the thermoplastic is going. We're adding crosswalk markers and a bike lane, walk lane that has never been there. The current walk lane goes right to the stop sign before the road curves. We are going now and extending new walk lane all the way to the exit bar, to where the exit bar comes up. All right?
Just explain.
That is not and it is not a city or code requirement. We are choosing to do that for better wear and tear, and also to add safety markers within our properties, since we cannot expand the grounds into the grass area. Okay. We want to identify those markers so that the vehicles can at least acknowledge them and see them. Okay. All right. Now, with that being said, Danny,
yes,
all those plastic, and to the rest of the board, all those marked areas for walk lanes and the stripings coming down the center of the road are all being done in thermoplastic. And the motion that, hold on, please. The motion that I'm making right now in order to satisfy you is based on the driveway maintenance issuing a new work order that stipulates that, because you can't understand it in the first one and you're not acknowledging the email that they sent to clarify it. They are going to provide that. All right. And based on that being sent over to us, the motion is made to accept and utilize driveway maintenance for the project.
Before we do
that is the motion.
I like to put in the record, who is decide to extend the walkway? What you mean we? Who is decided? That's number one. To change and re-extend, we need to have a board meeting for changing. Who is deciding this? That's number
Danny,
one.
we don't need to have, there's no board meeting required to have that. Many residents over time have asked us to demark those areas as a guide because they're constantly getting too close to cars.
Yeah,
Okay, that is the right thing to do, is to stripe it.
I didn't say it's not the right thing to do. I didn't say it's not the right thing to do. You didn't hear me say it's not the right thing to do. I said
It doesn't require any type of board meeting, Danny. We are enhancing the safety area by marking it.
I got your point. I got your point. I got 100 people right now with me who want to change the color of the building from white to purple. Do I need a board meeting or not?
It's a different story, Danny. Yes, you need a board meeting for that.
It's not a different story.
Danny, to continue the walkway striping for safety is different than painting the building.
Okay.
Okay? It's different than painting the building. So please stop mixing things up. So with the motion being made right now, who's going to second it so we can get this thing done once and for all? This should have already been done 2 years ago.
I want to speak as a member of the association. First of all, whoever.
You're out of order. You're out of order. Whoever's speaking, you're completely out of order, and you're not being acknowledged.
At a board meeting that was voted on, yes or no?
They did vote on it.
All right, was there a request for proposal put out?
I don't know. According to the email we have, ask the manager. I don't know.
Do we have a request for proposal?
We don't.
Okay, who is Marvin Sternlich?
No idea.
He is attributed as being an individual representing the Delvista Towers Condominium Association. Does anybody know a Marvin Sternlich? Then this contract proposal was obtained via fraud. I'd ask any of the board members to look at it. This DMI proposal was made out to a Marvin Sternlich. Who is this Marvin Sternlich? Is he a con man?
Marvin, is that your other last name? Is that, I assume that was your family name?
I know that's an error. That's a error on their part.
Oh, okay.
That's an error as well. On a contract that's going to cost us over $26,000. Who appointed Marvin Sternlich to negotiate on behalf of the association? This is the manager.
There is no Marvin Stolich. Once again, we have Milian disrupting a meeting. Once again, we have him disrupting a meeting, okay? This will not be tolerated. There's a motion on the floor right now to be voted on, okay? There is a motion on the floor recognized to be voted on, as we have done every 5 years with road maintenance. The motion was made. Who is seconding the motion?
South Beeland, this is being done ex parte without the permission of the board. This is outrageous. Who gives this guy? He's seeking out bids for months, negotiating on behalf of our manager, negotiating on behalf of our board.
Elizabeth,
Can I
once
speak?
again, Milian is spreading lies and disrupting everything. It's a continual process. Do you have a question, Elizabeth?
Yes, since Mr. Milian brought that up, and he seems to be, obviously, it is an issue because he's right that it's addressed to the wrong person. Can Marvin, can you just ask them to address it to Delvista Towers?
It's not only to address to the.
Elizabeth, when they send over the new paperwork, they will make the corrections.
Right.
Okay? The president is an individual who sets the agendas, who goes out, meets with contractors in every association, okay, to go over things with vendors. All right.
So
I have done the walkthrough here with 3 different vendors 2 and 3 times. All right. This is a simple procedure. When they send over the new paperwork, it will have the name corrected. They put me down as the contact person. I originally gave them the office email, but it bounced back to them as undeliverable. Okay.
Okay. So they can change that. I have a
That'll
couple,
all be.
excuse me, I'm talking, please. Can I please talk?
Elizabeth.
Sorry. Yes, go ahead.
That will all be corrected when they send it over. I actually saw my name misspelled for the first
Right.
time a few days ago. It was no issue to me whatsoever. I told them about it. They'll make the correction.
I have a comment.
No,
I
it's-
have a comment.
Yes.
May I please continue before I get interrupted? Thank you.
Continue.
I researched the company in question, and I did find out some complaints. I'm talking about DMI. I did find a complaint as recent as December 18th from 2020. It's basically a year old. Just want to make sure that this has been there. They have any outstanding problems with their suppliers. There seemed to have been an issue with their concrete supplier. So just to make sure that their suppliers have been paid, that there's no liens, has that been vetted?
Elizabeth, all companies have complaints against them. DMI does excellent work. I'm very confident in their ability to do the job, as well as I'm very confident for Roadworks to do the job. However, I do like DMI much better. They go the extra mile.
One more question, and then you guys can continue. Sorry, one more question, guys. Usually the way this happens, I remember from working with my brother's company, he had an engineering company, is that mobilizations, they go in different, let's say they start off with one scope of work, and then additionally there's other, right? So I see the last note, additional mobilizations performed at a cost of $1,850 each. Can you explain what that means?
No.
Yeah, I explain
No.
what it is. I explain what it is.
Let him explain it.
No, you don't understand. Let me explain you what it is. Basically, we have to get ready the area for them to walk.
Uh-huh.
And maybe we need to move cars, block away. And if they come to work, they come with their tools and everything, and we are not ready, and they schedule it before, that's what they mean, they're going to recharge you for renewable elevation. This is a boiler thing, that's okay, but.
Boilerplate.
Boilerplate, right, I'm familiar with that.
Okay. My problem with the contract right now, they all look the same right now.
I don't know
The other,
what you mean by that, Tony.
they look the same right now in writing. The other company didn't reduce the money because they put $8,500 more for the thermal paint for the entire job beside the bumper. After I met with them yesterday, I called them to learn the job and everything, and I compare apple to apple. Now, the new company coming, they send me the email, that's what they say, they're going to change for everything to thermoplate. This is not in the contract, no. This is
I'm
not.
sorry, that's not the case, Danny. It is in the contract. It is on page 2. We went over it yesterday. You're not reading it properly. You asked for clarification. So they sent it in plain English, Danny. They sent it in plain English.
Page 2, it says asphalt, road damage, patching, and it's telling you parking lot striping and restripe. They're using.
Danny, that is incorrect. We went over it yesterday. You simply asked for a clarification. It was sent over. The other company yesterday dropped their price now by $8,000. Everything was apples and apples to oranges to oranges. So I'm not going to continue to rehash this. Also, Elizabeth, to clarify the mobile stage of $1,800, we don't have a mobilization stage here because we're not doing the parking lots. All right. We have security that's going to be working with them and with Eddie in order to create the lanes. We need each lane to dry for 24 to 36 hours. We've done this in the past. Eddie's familiar with it, in order for everything to run smooth and set up the horses and everything like that with traffic direction. This isn't the first rodeo. It's done every 5 years. So we don't have a mobilization cost of $1,800 whatsoever with the company.
The mobilization cost, let me clarify it. If we are not ready and we're not giving him the space, and the space is not ready, they're going to charge. If we be anything, it's nothing to do with it. Now, I want to put in the record. We have an email clarifying. Right now, we don't have a detailed contract for everything.
The motion has been made to accept driveway maintenance once the new paperwork arrives. Okay? Do you want to second the motion, Elizabeth?
I want you to put in the record, we're voting and one contract has to be modified and is not modified yet.
I don't think you should even vote on this.
The motion to be made, if you want to use that language, Danny, is fine. Based on the modified paperwork from driveway maintenance, we are issuing driveway maintenance the project.
I'm not voting and on a contract has to be modified. You want to modify the contract? Bring it and call for another meeting and that's it.
Danny, we're not holding and scheduling another meeting. The motion is made to approve driveway maintenance based on receiving the modified contract, okay, which will come in the next few days. We've got to get this scheduled. We're several weeks out from getting this scheduled, okay? That is the motion, Danny.
There is no motion, there hasn't been seconded.
I want to put in the record to all board people over here. You're voting. And one contract.
Once again, we have a 5-minute procedure that has now taken an hour of wasted time. Okay? This is a continual process here. All right? It's disgusting and unprofessional. The motion on the floor is to accept driveway maintenance, providing we receive their modified, corrected paperwork. Okay? That's a simple motion. Elizabeth, do you want to?
Sorry. Guys, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. And I shouldn't be apologizing because I'm not screaming or speaking out of place. Mr. Milian, I think that's Al, right? Is that Al? Okay, cool. I personally don't feel comfortable voting on something when there's people that are disagreeing, just for my own mental capacity or clarity, okay? Marvin, I have one question. Since there's some, I don't know, concerns or questions, can you please, to appease everyone's minds, because apparently there's, some frustration here, can you ask them to redo the change? Ask them nicely. This happens all the time. To make the changes that are necessary, have them send it to us, we can review it, and then we can vote on it in 5 minutes. Can we do that?
Elizabeth, they are making the change. They are going to send it over.
I understand, but there is some hesitancy. So why not make this change, have them, then we can all sit down again, review it one more time, independently of us coming into this meeting. Once we come into the meeting, we've all read it. We've agreed or disagreed on maybe one or two things again.
Because Elizabeth, please, we don't have to hold another meeting. We simply can void the entire thing out if it doesn't come in as stated. Okay, you don't need a meeting for that.
Right, I.
Okay,
listen,
every
we're
time we
all-
have meetings, we've had it approved to air condition material. Okay, we've had to have the language changed on the contract. We wait for it. You approve the items based on it coming in the way you want it read.
I understand
Okay.
what your point, but there is some hesitancy here. So if there's hesitancy, I don't feel comfortable signing off. So let's just have them, make the change. We can get together again, 5 minutes and okay it, and that's it. Can we do that? I mean, it's nothing crazy.
It's a continuous waste of time.
I understand, but we're all busy, right? You're busy, I'm busy, we all have jobs. And, I understand, I've wasted 1 hour of my time, but this is important.
I didn't waste your time. I'm telling you right now.
I'm not saying that you wasted our time, Danny. I'm just saying that, this is important.
I'm not voting and something I don't have in my hand. I'm not voting, something is not qualified. We have experience over here for the last year with the air condition, with a lot of things. I'm not putting any gray area. I'm not voting for any gray area. I'm not voting in contingency right now. Both proposals the same. If the other guy is going to give us all thermal paint on writing, I vote for him, yes. But they have to be on writing.
Why can't the board ask for a request for proposal and seek other companies? Why do you have to vote on one company picked by one individual with a track record of failure?
Because
Once again, Miljan is feeding everybody with a bunch of fabricated lies, continuous fabricated lies. It will not be acknowledged.
I don't care if you acknowledge.
He's the sole troublemaker to this entire complex.
You semi-literate. Why can't you seek others? Why do you have to go with this guy makes the decisions and be a rubber stamp, yes or no?
because
Right, Miljan, Al, this
companies, yes,
is why.
I know what I'm doing. You trust me? I know
I
what
trust you,
I'm
but
doing.
Elizabeth made a good point. If there's not a meeting of the minds, there is no contract. If you vote on a contract, like you pointed out, without getting things in black and white, that company doesn't have to abide by it.
No, okay.
You
so-
cannot impose upon them after.
I'm not, I say it clear. I say it clear from the get-go. I'm not voting for a contract, have to be modified. I want to see it before. I'm not leaving any gray area. I want black and white writing in this contract. Every paint, what's going to be done in this job, will be thermal paint. And that's the reason the other company and both company got the same instruction. And one company been told, put me thermal paint for the entire, that's why they're $8,500 more.
Danny, Roadwork just dropped their price yesterday by $8,400 to be in the competition. Okay? Those are the facts.
I
All
didn't
right?
know one bad thing about the company. I didn't say nothing. I say, I want a modified contract before I vote on it. That's all I
Great.
said.
So can we just
We'll
do
have
that?
we'll have the modified contract by Thursday or Friday. So this meeting's going to be rescheduled for Monday or Tuesday, probably around the same time, somewhere between 3 and 4. Make a note of that.
Why do you need to have the
It's
meeting?
going to be a working board meeting to approve the contract.
Excuse me, you have 5 board people here. Talk to them, I'm against, and every email I say, and I always say, I want after work so everybody have a chance. The other people go for it, I don't know,
I don't know why you guys are doing that.
ask them.
Danny, we're not rediscussing this, okay? You said you wanted it to be the wording in the new contract. That's it, okay? I'm working 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. All right, we're not going to rehash this again.
I see
Okay?
you're
We're
fine.
going to have a working board meeting to approve this in 3 to 5 minutes once we receive the corrected paperwork. That's what you asked for. That's what you're getting.
Board members to-
I'm making a motion right now to adjourn this meeting. Who's seconding the motion?
Members are available to come to these meetings. This is a deliberate attempt by this character to keep people from being involved in here and asking questions. Just like he doesn't read the contract, he gives you a Martin Schleckmick or whatever the alias is, and tells you that that's a contract, and then tells you he's negotiating on behalf of the manufacturer. That is not a contract, folks. I'm the only one
Well,
here.
once again, Milian is filling you all with lies. And to be quite accurate, the only people that come to the meetings, okay, and tune into the meetings is Milian and his minions, disrupting every single meeting. Okay, the board is not being run by Milian.
This is what
We have a
happens.
job and we have business to attend to. We just wasted an hour for simple business. Okay?
So
I have
just to-
attended every goddamn board meeting under the sun. All right? And I cannot right now make meetings at between 5, 7, and 8 p.m. at night. We have had working meetings in the past in the afternoon over the course of history of every board that's here. There's nothing being done underhanded. All right, I'm making a motion right now to adjourn this goddamn meeting. It'll be rescheduled once we get the paperwork that Danny requested.
No,
Who's
Dave,
seconding the motion?
Who's seconding it?
Who's
I
seconding the motion?
I second the motion to adjourn.
It's seconded.
All in favor?
Go home and suck your thumb.
All in favor?
I.
Aye. Meeting adjourned, 4:10 p.m. Goodbye.